What's up, everybody? So today we're gonna be building a really, I kind of feel like underrated, but also we don't know yet, but on paper underrated. We got the new Cervelo Caledonia-5. Actually, we did a build for a customer kind of recently, and we posted a video of it on Instagram, and a bunch of people asked about it. I have been kind of, what would you say, like struggling with road bikes, or like?
You've struggled with road bikes your entire life, man, but yes.
I think it's just time to embrace the endurance road bike.
Basically, what happened is I got my Roubaix and Jesse got jealous because I've been raving about it. And then he's like, well, wait, I want an endurance road bike too. And I actually almost got this bike for myself. And then
We switched. I almost got a Roubaix.
Yeah, so we did a little swap.
Cervelo did not send me a seat post binder. Well, they sent me one, but they sent me an R5 seat post binder.
And they are very proprietary.
And you need the Caledonia-5 seat post binder to use this bike. That is already in the mail, so I just couldn't wait. You know, I just wanted to start putting parts on it. This is like one of the coolest paint jobs I've ever seen. This is the 5 black, but like this is kind of like a blush white, and then it definitely got like a brown tint to it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get it on film. Like there's like a little bit of the like raw carbon look, and then the top has
the sparkles,
like sparkly dashes.
I just feel like there's like this brown kind of mesquite tint going on too. Like this bike looks so good. This is definitely entering my old man era here with the endurance road bike. It's been a while since I know I'm always excited, but like I am more excited about this bike than I've been about any bike in a long time. Whenever we first started selling Cervelo, I was a little apprehensive. It was just like a brand that I wasn't that like into until I started actually like riding their bikes. I feel like the Cervelo frame is one of the most compliant, namely the Aspero. I'm talking about the Aspero. The Cervelo Aspero just blew me away with how good it was, and the geometry was awesome, and I'm expecting this bike to hopefully ride the same way. The Caledonia-5 has the same stack height as the Aspero, both Asperos. It's a 580, this is a size 56, which means that we will be slamming this bike, although the bike ships with multiple stack height, like a ginormous amount of stack options. But for me, we're right where we need to be slammed. This is a perfect fit. I've installed this stem on here for this portion of the video. This is a 100 mil stem. This bike comes with a stem and a handlebar. This is not the handlebar it came with, and we'll get into that in a second, but when you do buy a Caledonia-5, it comes with the full integrated cockpit out of the box, which is super cool. I'm gonna end up putting a 120 on this. The wheels that I have decided to run are my old trusty 353s. I've had these for like 3 years now.
Yeah, they've stuck around.
I think it's the best wheel set. They've just been great. Toyed around with the idea of like ordering reserves road wheels, the like 40 depth ones, but I ultimately like there's nothing that I'm upset with about these, and they're obviously super premium. They look amazing. We're gonna be rocking with the 353s. I'm also going to be maxing the tire clearance out on this bike. I think it could fit.
Done that,
it could fit a bigger tire, I think, but this is these are 34 Schwabel Pro 1s.
This is my favorite road tire.
This is my favorite road tire ever. If you're interested in some Pro 1s, we have them in stock at thebicyclestation.com, or hopefully we do. We try to keep these in stock. I was going back and forth between the 32s and the 34s. Chase currently is riding the 32s.
And I absolutely am loving them.
I have been riding the 28s, which are awesome. This bike, though, has a max tire clearance of 34, and we're gonna be rocking the 34s. These actually measure to 35 on this 25 internal rim. The reason I had both tires in my hand, and the reason I went with the 34 is kind of interesting. Guess why?
Was one tan wool?
They're both tan wall.
I hate the guessing game, just say it.
The 34s are lighter than the 32s. I weighed them myself.
This is like how you could do the same exact build as me, and your bikes are always magically lighter than mine, even though they're bigger. In my defense, whenever Chase picked the 32s, I kept telling her to get the 34s. I'm happy. I don't need to change them. All right, we're rolling. This is the part where you start speaking.
Yeah, I'm just like experiencing my new pants.
Okay.
One thing I wanted to address here, this is a new bike that just came out. No UDH. I think that's a miss.
Are road bikes supposed to have UDH?
They should, yeah. Because we could have put 13 speed on it. You ready for this?
I'm never ready for a storage door.
We're going to talk about the storage door, but it's at least handy to help us build the bike. How do you feel about my denims?
I think it's good for you to have a hobby. That's just a hobby in general.
I got the Oni concrete or crushed concrete denims on Black Friday.
What's the ounce?
These are only 15 ounces.
Weak.
Normally I wear like 21.
I know, that's why I called you weak.
Weak. What is your ounces?
Paw normal.
Zero
leggings.
ounces.
I don't like to wear sandpaper.
I'm getting into an altercation with the expansion plug. It like unthreaded.
Bummer.
It kind of is. This bike's gonna look so cool with a 120 stem on it. I love that this is like an endurance bike. So this is one of the only endurance bikes I found that doesn't have a boingy spring on it, which I don't want. And it also doesn't have, why is this like so hard to get off?
I don't know.
I'm not having fun. Like, what are we doing? It also doesn't have a ginormous stack. This has a stack of 580. I'm not saying that everybody needs a low stack. I need the ability to run a lower stack height on my bike. They just perfectly put it at the spot that I would need it. I can't believe this right now.
I'm sorry, I'm like here behind the camera silently laughing.
I just don't know what to do. I don't want to like break anything.
Didn't you literally put the stem on yesterday?
I just put it on to cut the steer tube.
Yay!
Wow. Here, hold that for a second. I have no clue what was going on with that. Here is the fork. I wanted to show everybody the headset piece. The headset piece has a, that's the preload ring. And then this is the topper, and it kind of clicks in together, and all the hoses run out that, and then they go directly into the bottom of the stem right there. We are going to run the hoses through the stem today, and then when the 120 comes in tomorrow, I'll just switch it to 120, because it's super easy to do that. This bike, while I have the fork in my hand, also has the ability to bolt a fender onto. How do you feel about that?
I think if you want fenders, that's rad.
I'm not going to use that feature, but it is a feature.
I've never been able to actually get fenders to work for me. The fenders just never fender quite right for me.
That hose is brand new. Let's use this. This is a common situation with Cervelo's forks. They are not tubed, and so you have to fish the cable through it. And the way I do that is by using a magnet on one end to try to grab the, got it? I lost it in there.
It's just some good old-fashioned fishing right here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. And then we'll get the actual hose through. This is a random force caliper that I found that I'm gonna bolt a red caliper onto. Doing the forks on the Cervelo, that's the only thing that, again, I've talked about this in multiple videos, like, it's the only thing I don't enjoy about building Cervelo's bikes. Like, otherwise, I feel like they've got some of the best, most dialed in, like, build procedure of any bike brand, and that's the only, like, part of it that is frankly like annoying.
Yeah, it seems like consistently the forks are just a pain in the ass.
They're all the same, other than the S5 is, honestly, the S5 is easier than this. But just swapping the caliper out for SRAM red. Do you see this bearing situation I got going on?
Bummer.
We'll have to not drop that on the floor. I hope they do something about that. I feel like they should, you know? I feel like...
Would it just be easier if they tubed it?
Yeah, that's all I'm asking.
Just a little bit of tubing.
Just like one tube. Specifically only in the fork. I don't think we need any help doing the frame one. Especially on this bike. This is a fairly big hole for storage.
I live my life pretending like storage isn't there. It's not something I enjoy, but to each their own.
Wow.
And it seems to make you happy, so I'm glad you're finding joy in the storage.
I'm excited to show y'all how this storage specifically works. It's definitely unique compared to most brands.
It's a very different type of storage door.
So I know I just installed this, but I'm just so impressed by this. Like, I'm sorry, but like there's still brands that just can't get this right. Look at that. It's freaking perfectly flat.
It is beautiful.
It's beautifully flat. Adjusting your brake on this bike is going to be a dream.
That's what you want.
Cervelo
making dreams come true.
Cervelo's quality control is freaking...
It's really good.
It's on point right now. Like, I don't know what it... Like, we haven't sold them for very long, so like... And I used to think they were a brand that didn't have good quality control. Maybe that was because of Hambini. Old Hambini videos talking about how bad Cervelo was. I think that's probably why.
I think so, but like we've been getting in a ton of Cervelo frames lately, and they've all been like,
look at that,
really great.
Look at how much room I have to adjust this.
I'm really happy for you.
I mean, that's like the little things, right? Like,
no, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like something that you typically wouldn't think of.
The rear is like that too. Look at that. They faced it. Like, it's like they faced it from the factory. Like, there shouldn't be paint here. If there's paint there, it's not going to sit straight.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Underrated from a quality standpoint, I think. It's part of the reason why I don't mind having a press fit bottom bracket on this frame. I haven't had any issues with their press fit bottom brackets, like, ever.
That's awesome. That's kind of unheard of.
I know.
I feel like.
We're going to do that next. I just wanted to mount that all up so we can, I guess let's finish the job we're working on. Let me grab a noodle.
Good luck finding one. Our child steals them every single time she sees them.
It's funny.
Like, I feel like I can never find them when I need them because of her.
That's a good length. I'm so curious about what this bike weighs.
Yeah.
We won't know today. I don't know if they've shipped the seat post collar yet. I really want to ride this bike.
Well, the good news is it's like 20 degrees here.
Is that good news? I was going to ride it. I was down.
It warms up this weekend.
Yeah.
If you have it by Friday, you're set.
Should I show them the tall one too? I'll show everybody the tall one. So if you wanted to, it also comes with a tall piece that you can install. And then it came with a ton of spacers, so like your stack can be super, super tall on this bike. Not the way we're gonna run it, but just wanted to tell everybody about how cool it is that I can actually ride this thing. Sweet. Now we can put the wheel in and stuff without worrying about it falling on the floor. That's what I was trying to do. That's why I put the stem on. How do you feel about the vibe so far?
Good vibes all around.
I can't wait to get the seat post clamp.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting time when that comes in.
How many days? Do you think it'll be next week, or do you think it'll make it?
Well, being that you're going to order a second one and overnight it, I think you'll have it by Friday. So 2 days. So unnecessary.
All right. That's looking pretty good. Let's do a derailleur. I might switch this to a 36 tooth at some point, but I haven't decided yet. And so we're just going to keep rocking the 33 tooth cassette. Like we said, this is a press fit, and I think it's a good one. I like that it's got its own tube the whole way through, so it's not like messing around with cables and stuff getting in the way. I'm looking for my bearing press. Oh, dang it, that's the wrong bearing press. I found it, yeah. Jackson had it.
It's not his to have.
I don't know why he had it. Anyway, we got a ceramic speed BB. If you're wanting ceramic speed on any bike we build for y'all, let us know. We can upgrade it for you. I like press fit. How does press fit make you feel, Chase?
Pretty neutral.
Neutral about pressing and fitting?
Yeah.
I'm pretty positive about it. I think
like when it works and like when the bike is as it should be, it's great. But when everything's like not aligning, it sucks.
It could be a problem.
But it's not today.
Not today. Or we might find a problem in the future. I'll let you know. I'm so curious about how this bike rides compared to specifically my SL8 that I have absolutely loved. The Tarmac has been an awesome bike. Ridden it for, how long have I had Tarmac?
A year?
I've had it since it came out. So yeah. About a year. And
you had one, sold it, missed it.
Then I had another one.
Got another one. You joined the Brotherhood.
No. There was another one in there too.
There are 3?
There are 3. I sold 2 people bought my Tarmacs. And
man, who's gonna be the 3rd?
Yeah, the Brotherhood. I haven't decided if the Brotherhood will probably end up being for sale because I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna like this bike. But as of right now, I'm still deciding. Yo. I love this pedal. They have the best like in-out feeling of any. You don't have to like find it. It just like it almost like magnets onto it. I love it. Yeah. Highly recommend these time pedals. They're so good. You would love them. You would absolutely love them. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I need to try that because I've never gotten along with road pedals.
Anyway, let's experience the storage door. This storage door is a little tricky, y'all, and I'm not going to use it, so it doesn't really matter. But with 2 bottles, you want to orient it like this. And then one thing you got to figure out is, so do you see right here? Like, will it hit the frame before it opens? So on this size 56, I think I'm going to be good because I think I can put it as low as it goes. This storage door, mostly due to the fact that I'm probably not going to use this. I think it's pretty solid, because I like that. Like, they didn't have to make the bike super fat to like incorporate it.
Yeah, like the down tube's not super chunky.
Yeah, like I feel like that's a win.
The door itself is a lot more narrow. It's like half the width of like a Trekker Specialized door.
It's like a third.
Yeah. And the NV door too. All of those are a lot wider than the Cervelo door.
The reason being is that this is still a very aero bike. Like, that's, I think, cool that they were able to like fit a storage door on what is a performance road bike. I know it's an endurance bike, but it's still an aero endurance bike. Like, it still is. Like, that's what Cervelo does. And obviously you can just look at it and see that they care about aerodynamics on this thing. Okay, so let's see how we did. So with 2 bottles in it, you kind of have to like aim it, right? I'll put it down. So there we go. That's fine for 2 bottles there. And then whenever you pull it up, oh wait. I don't know what just happened there. Okay.
Storage doors, man.
Yeah. All right. So pulling it up. Do you pull, which end do you pull?
You don't, it just stays there forever.
Oh, okay, I see what's happening. Okay, so it goes like that. So you do pull up from the cage, and then am I hitting the frame as it comes up? No. Okay, I think that's fine. This one is not meant to be like accessed like all the time. Like Cervelo made one that's like specifically for like flats and stuff. The bags, it comes with 2 bags that are actually like, these are super nice. That one's for a tube. That's awesome.
What's on the inside of the other?
You know what? Maybe I will use these. This is kind of nice. Oh, it's got, okay, this is really nice actually.
That's cool.
This is making me want to use this, to be completely honest with you. I wasn't that stoked on this, but now I'm kind of getting more stoked. Oh, hey everybody. It's a different day.
It's a whole weekend later.
We still do not have the 120 stem, y'all.
But you got the seat post parts.
But we got the seat post. Check it out.
You can sit on the bike now, so that's
Check that out. We have a whole seat post clamp.
That is an exciting piece of equipment right
yeah,
there.
That's a really
hardware.
important thing. Shout out to FedEx, who lost my stem in Ferdinand, Indiana for 5 days. And then they shipped it back to Kentucky, and then they shipped it to Indy, and then they forgot to deliver it.
I'm just confused how anything gets to Ferdinand. That's like way far away.
The moral of the story is to ship things with UPS if you want it delivered.
We're bros with UPS.
Yeah.
Love them.
Anyway, since I was already on the fence about a 110 or a 120, just decided since we have a production schedule, I am gonna build this with a 110, and that way we can finish filming this video and move on. And if I want to switch it to a 120, it can happen in the future. So just to answer that question. So this is the new Camp and Go Slow.
It's the trout bar tape.
The trout bar tape. I just bought this and I figured I'd use it at some point. But what do you think?
I think it works. It's a different vibe for sure, but I like it.
I think it kind of has like similar like tones to it. Like I already kind of said that this is like a brown kind of tinted bike with...
I would say it's like a graphite type color. I mean, like the shades aren't spot on, but I think they're close enough that it works.
I think it's cool. I think it's gonna work.
I like that it brings a little bit of like an earthy vibe to this bike that is not at all earthy vibes out of the box.
And then which way do fish scales go? Like this, right?
I don't fish. I don't know. I think whichever, do the other way.
This is the,
yeah,
this
that's
is
the
right
way.
Yeah, we got to make sure we're anatomically correct.
I don't know fish, but I know patterns.
Okay. I love getting this bar tape and then like putting it on like premium carbon bikes.
It's fun.
I just think it's funny.
It's a look.
The Rattler bar tape was one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That was one of my favorites as well, both colors of it.
You can't buy this from us.
But you can from campandgoslow.com.
Yeah, but check them out. Camp and Go Slow.
We like them.
Do you think that looks good, or do you think I need to redo that?
I think if you're questioning it, redo it.
It folded a little bit right there, but I'm not sure I'm super worried about that. The color is, I think it's a really good...
I think this is one that people would either love or hate, and that's that.
All right.
Cloth bar tape is not for everyone, but it sure is fun. Man, that's like a full bike.
We got the Caledonia-5. It is a functioning bike now. What do you think it weighs?
16.5.
That would be okay.
I just threw it out there. I'm really bad at the guessing games. I was close. 16.29. Not too shabby.
That's not bad at all. That's with 34s.
Yeah, I think that's awesome, actually.
That's actually really good. I'm stoked on that.
You should be.
Do you think it looks cool?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a fun one.
If y'all are interested in a Caledonia custom build, let us know. We can build you something. This one is mine. Excited to embark on this endurance road bike journey. And if you would also like to do that, let me know.
if you'd like to join Jesse on his endurance road bike journey.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah, you have too.
You're the one that joined me. I started first with my
Oh,
Roubaix.
you're right. Well,
I'm the leader.
somebody has to be. What's up? I just got back from my ride on the Cal-5. It's a really, really interesting bike. So I honestly felt it's weird. It's not an accelerator, and I think that comes from the longer wheelbase. It's not slow to accelerate, but it's definitely not like a tarmac. But weirdly enough, I think it's possibly faster than my tarmac was at like cruising speed. I know both bikes are like fairly aero. I know the tarmac's not like an all-out aero bike. The Caledonia basically like effortlessly held 27 miles an hour. Now, there's a couple things going on. So is it the 34 mil tire? I had 28s on my tarmac, so everybody says that the bigger tires are faster. I don't know if putting that big of a tire on the tarmac would make it faster or not. I'm just surprised by how close in terms of like cruising speed both bikes feel. Really, the tarmac is beating it in terms of like sprinting acceleration. This bike has a much longer wheelbase, like I said, and I don't think it really compares to how much acceleration performance you get out of that tarmac. Pretty impressed by the Caledonia. I rode for an hour and did like an interval workout on it. Immediately felt comfortable on the bike. Pretty excited to ride this one some more. I want to do like some super long rides on it, and we'll be doing like a full review of this bike in the future, but I'm pretty, so far, like, I feel like it's kind of a unicorn of a bike. It's an endurance bike that is like a race bike, but like a race bike that's more casual, maybe, more well-rounded. It's definitely not slow at all. And again, like I said at the beginning of this video, I really appreciate that it doesn't have any like super gimmicky thing going on. I mean, 16 pounds is fine, especially with 34s. I bet it would be lighter. I bet you could get it under 16 if you put 28s on it. No problem at all. One thing I noticed is that I felt like the longer wheelbase also helped me out, and this is probably a personal thing. I just felt like more in control going around corners and down descents. That makes sense in my head, just from being like a mountain biker. Like the bike being bigger did give me more confidence, and I felt faster on it in the corners and stuff. I think that's a personal preference. Just like I said, I rode it for an hour. Extremely impressed for that hour, and I will definitely follow up with a full review later on the Cal-5. Definitely drop any questions you have below, and hit me up if you are looking for a new road bike, and maybe we could build you one of these, because I'm pretty impressed by it. So see you in the next one.